You've been lied to, not by some super spy or a master criminal, but by your fourth grade science textbook. Remember when your teacher pointed to the veins on your wrist and said that inside your body, your blood is blue, and it only turns red when it hits the oxygen in the air? Well, that's a complete myth. Your blood is never ever blue. Welcome to the Great Debunking. Today, we are taking a sledgehammer to the science facts you had to memorize for a pop quiz, the ones that have been passed down for generations, only to be proven hilariously wrong. Science is really just a long history of brilliant people being wrong, and then other brilliant people figuring out why. It's not about having all the answers, but about the relentless, and often funny, process of finding better ones. We're going to explore the classroom classics, the textbook titans that just couldn't stand the test of time. From the animals you thought you understood to the very air you breathe, get ready to have your mind blown and your old science notes rendered totally useless. Let's start with that blue blood lie because it is one of the most stubborn myths out there. For decades, we've been told that deoxygenated blood is blue as it travels through our veins, and the moment it's exposed to air, like when you get a cut, it magically turns red. It's a great story, but it's pure fiction. Here's the real story. Human blood is always red. Always. When your blood is pumped from your heart, it's packed with oxygen, making it a bright cherry red. After it delivers that oxygen to your tissues and organs, it makes the return trip to the heart. This deoxygenated blood is a much darker maroon shade of red, but it's still red. So why do our veins look blue through our skin? It's pretty much just an optical illusion. It all comes down to how light behaves when it hits our skin. Different colors of light have different wavelengths, and they penetrate the skin to different depths. Red light has a long wavelength, so it gets absorbed deeper in your tissue. Blue light, with its shorter wavelength, gets scattered and reflected back to your eyes more easily by the top layers of your skin. So, when you look at a vein that's just under the surface, your brain just interprets this lack of red light as a bluish color. It's not your blood that's blue. It's the physics of light playing a trick on you. So next time someone tries to tell you your blood is blue, you can confidently tell them they're red-handed wrong. You've heard the phrase a million times, blind as a bat. It's our go-to expression for someone who can't see a thing. It's also completely wrong. Bats are not blind. In fact, most bat species see quite well, and some larger bats might even have sharper eyesight than humans. So where did this myth come from? It's a misunderstanding of one of nature's most incredible superpowers, echolocation. Bats are nocturnal, so they do their hunting in the middle of the night, when there's hardly any light. To navigate and find tiny, fast-moving insects in total darkness, they evolved the ability to use sound. They let out high-frequency squeaks and clicks and then listen for the echoes that bounce back. From these echoes, they can build a detailed mental map of their surroundings, pinpointing the exact size, shape, and location of a mosquito in midair. It's a biological sonar system that's incredibly precise. Because echolocation is so effective, people just assumed it was to make up for being blind. But it's not an either-or situation. Bats use both their vision and their echolocation together. They use their eyes for long-distance navigation and to spot predators, then switch to echolocation for the fine details of the hunt up close. So, far from being blind, bats have an extra sense that makes them some of the most sophisticated hunters in the animal kingdom. Calling them blind is just an insult to their amazing evolutionary toolkit. What do camels store in their humps? If you said water, congratulations, you passed the third grade test, but you failed the test of reality. This is one of the most widespread and enduring animal myths, and it's time to put it to rest. Camels' humps do not store water. They store fat. A single hump can hold up to 80 pounds of fat, which acts as a crucial energy reserve. In the harsh desert environment where food can be scarce for weeks, a camel can metabolize this fat for nourishment, allowing it to survive long journeys. When a camel uses up its fat reserve, the hump will actually get limp and droop to the side. So if the water isn't in the hump, how do they survive so long without a drink? The answer is in a bunch of incredible water conservation adaptations. First, their red blood cells are uniquely oval-shaped, unlike the circular cells of other mammals. This helps their blood flow more easily when they are dehydrated and lets them drink massive amounts of water, up to 30 or 40 gallons in one sitting, without their cells bursting. They also have an amazing ability to minimize water loss. They barely sweat, can handle huge swings in body temperature, and produce very concentrated urine and dry feces to hold on to every possible